Hello, 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 everyday superpowers signing in, where we talk body language, relationships, game, human dynamics, and everything in between. All right, take this one with a pinch of salt, people. Okay, because we may speak on the theoretics of particular economic dynamics and the manufacture of perceived value, the illusion of choice. We are talking attraction as always. We talk being a good man, being able to present yourself in the right way to attract women. But this one can err a little bit onto the controversial, given there is political ramifications. So this is going to be a powerful video. There's going to be a lot of food for thought. If you're joining me just now, click like and subscribe as always. And we're going to speak on the psychology of influence and attraction. Okay? We're not manipulating no one. We're persuading people to perceive us in the way we wish to be perceived, and that is a man of value. Okay? You're not going to get a job without this. You're not going to get promoted without this. You're better to illuminate that which is before you as opposed to walk into the darkness 24 hours a day. So, attraction flips when it feels like she is choosing you, not the other way around. I always advise for this. Men automatically stand from a position of weakness, of femininity, of submissiveness, of a lower value given that they pursue and approach the woman and do all this pick-up artistry nonsense where they run around pedestalizing women for the validation and qualification of women. They qualify themselves, and regardless of the verbal jujitsu as to whether you neg them and make them pursue you after so much engagement, the emphasis is placed upon you going out into the field, or like you going to the job interview, right? You might think you don't need the job, but your actions say otherwise. So, we're going to speak on making her feel as if she's pursuing you, creating a magnetic environment as to where you don't have to do no outreach. It's nothing but hot leads from here in a sales perspective, right? We're not cold calling. We're not operating in the realm of cold sales. There's too much negotiation. And what can't you negotiate? You can't negotiate love. Desire is stronger when it feels voluntary, not forced. So you can see why we're going to get into the realms of perhaps how the supermarket places their products in a particular manner, how the left-wing, right-wing paradigm, the red and blue politics of the Democrats and the Republicans are but two different sides of your same brain. The illusion of choice is guiding the dynamic without taking away her sense of agency. So pay attention. She wants a leader in her life. What you're doing is leading her to a decision, showcasing a good skill of influence. In nature, you need to understand evolutionarily, females are the selectors. So some manosphere channels will speak on being select. How do you know you're a select man, right? Females are the selectors. They choose the mate that seems the strongest, safest, most desirable. And as far as safety is concerned, in one of the last videos we spoke on, being a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, or perhaps being able to engage a little more so on the emotion, and that's contrary to safety, right? So everything has a polarity, and you need to understand both sides of the equation. When that man pushes too hard, it signals desperation, and in that desperation comes a lower value. If you watch the videos we do here where we break down dating programs, you see this manifest 9 times out of 10. Alright? Whereas if that man lets her choose, he signals abundance, confidence, and patience. Have you seen this? He lets her choose. Okay, I'll let you choose me. The dynamic is completely different. it shows a lack of need. Yeah, you may have orchestrated it, but it shows a lack of need. It implies a lack of need, and having that lack of need shows that you are someone of value. And given she chooses you when you don't choose her overtly, she allows herself to be seen. She values you. You tell me why. Psychologically speaking, people will value what they work for more than what is handed to them, right? So when you are given something for free, there's no price tag upon it. It's perceived as free. At worst, it's perceived as cheap. When you get something on discount, when you get something on the sale, you question why it's on discount. You question why it's been put on sale. You question why it's cheaper than the rest. People will say, oh, I got this on discount. Oh, I paid near to nothing on this, and so on and so forth, unaware that they are unconsciously attaching a lower frequency and economically value detracting tag upon that which they have purchased. Not only to those whom they explain to, but for their own personal experience. I will treat a t-shirt better if I've spent 50 British sterling on it as opposed to if I bought it for £2 at a charity shop. You see? I will treat the product better. I will value the product better. If I have gone out with the intention of buying that particular product and I've bought that product, and even more so if that was a limited product, if there was only so, or at least it was the illusion of limitation, because that salesperson knows how to sell that product and has told me it's the last one left, I am going to value and appreciate and have a stronger degree of attachment to that product than if it was abundant, if it was given to me, if I had just come across it, if it was on sale, if it was cheap, if the salesman had to persuade me outright to buy this product. I wouldn't perceive it with the same lens. I mean, we could delve into the realm of hypnosis and persuasion here, but we're not going to go too far into there. But we're going to speak of an autonomy principle that humans resist when they feel controlled. But they will lean in when they feel they're in charge. So essentially, you could argue that given you have sense of self and know you're not a cringe guy, the moment she showcases that she is pursuing you and you're interested in her, the game is already over. All you need to do at this point is give her what she wants. How easy you make that is up to you, but it fulfills her ego to know that she's got what she wanted. Right? If it seems like she might lose you, she'll be more motivated to pursue. That's the realm of scarcity and abundance. And when she invests her own time, energy, or effort, her attraction will deepen because she will create more so of a bond. Nobody wants to waste their time. Nobody wants to allow their ego to be hurt, their sense of self-worth, their self-perceived value through being rejected, especially when you spend so much effort and personal investment in the pursuit of what is. When you are actually dating this woman, you can utilize this through your communication, through an exciting offer of two options. They both lead to what you want. They both lead to what she wants. She wants to spend time with you. She wants a thoughtful man who presents to her. We could grab a coffee. We could check out that new bar. What sounds more fun to you? I have a choice. You win. Now, don't get me wrong. This might not be a optimal means of doing so. Maybe presenting option A, and given she isn't interested in option A, you present option B is the right means of doing so, purely as you need more direction and leadership. You need to select what you want, and if she's not with it, then luckily for you, you've got option B, and both align with what you both want, and that is to spend time together. Okay? You maintain your own frame. She enters your world. It's a whole new world for her. It's exciting, it's spontaneous, it's intoxicating. It's this fantasy-esque application of reality. As you don't jump at every opportunity to fulfill her needs, she will lean in harder. On a spiritual level, right? You need to understand that masculine energy and masculine principle provides structure. But the feminine feels free within that structure. Expression, creativity, whereas the masculine provides the boundary, the frame, the stability. Allow her into your structure and allow her to be free and expressive, and allow her the space to move within your boundary. She loves it. She loves a man with strong boundaries. This isn't to say you have to be metaphorically heavy-handed. When you let her feel like she's choosing, you honor her feminine need for agency, and spiritually, this is about detachment. You attract by allowing, not by forcing. This is indirect means. This is tickling something in as opposed to providing the hard sell, which is repulsive. When you hard sell something, they might end up being forced into buying the product, but the bad taste in their mouth post-purchase is not constructive to any long-form relationship you will have from there on. This is how the politicians do it. This is how the system does it. This is how the corporations do it. The power is subtle. They lead the people whilst making it seem effortless. But they're there, they're present, they're everywhere. If you try hard to engineer this illusion, you'll come off manipulative. If you just act passive and expect her to do everything, there'll be no polarity. So you do have to give as well as you take. Of course, this is a dance. You just need to engage in the right manner, and this isn't through playing a game. This is through understanding your role as the man, and through knowing your role as the man doesn't mean you have to be anyone different, because you're only going to achieve, attain, and garner that which you've always desired by fulfilling your biological purpose. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You've been told since the day you were born you're not who you are. This is the intention of those to keep you off center. But as you realize who you are, she sees the truth in you, and she's guided and attracted to this in a spiritual sense. So it's not about making choices for her, but creating a frame where all the roads lead to you. All roads lead to Rome. She will be empowered, but comforted as you lead the dance. When she feels like she's pursuing you, when you feel like you're buying the product, when you feel like you're making a choice that is good for you and the country and the family, your desire for taking that action doubles. The attraction is legitimate and strong when it feels like her idea. And I'm going to leave you on that. So click like and subscribe. You know that's some game. Peace.